Welcome back, guys. Today let me show you what I always carry on my bike since I cycle a lot, so naturally another ecosystem was born. Furthermore, we'll mention what specific bike tools I use as well for general maintenance later in the video. It's an old bike that I got from eBay a long time ago, but it does everything that I need and I just took care of it and upgraded whenever something failed or just preventive maintenance. So the rear rack and bag are a recent addition just so I can carry extra food with me, which in return gives me more cycling range. As for the EDC bike portion, all of the bits sit in here in the main frame triangle in this long pouch. Besides the two water bottle cages, a pump is a must-have item. I got this one from Halfords and love it since it supports both valve types and it's all made from metal. Also, I can use this pump on my front fork since it's a solo air damper if I need to adjust the pressure. I really like this particular design of a frame bag on this specific bike geometry since it lets me carry two water bottle cages without interfering one another. It's fairly water resistant so far and it has a dual chamber design but in an offset layout, as in the left side is smaller than the right. Let's start with the main right side. I keep a bunch of mini compressed towels that get bigger once you dip them in water. A 20,000 mAh power bank from Anker. It's an older model but reliable and I can run the cable along the frame since the pouch has a dedicated wire opening. Next is a must-have item, a bike multi-tool of course, and this one from Crank Brothers is arguably one of the best out there. The M19, which I covered here if you are curious. A MacGyver favorite, tape. Followed by a high quality patch kit from Park Tool. I love it since it comes in a small box with everything that you need. I'm not particularly a fan of a tubeless setup on bikes, so this is a good peace of mind. Now that does it for this side. As for the smaller pocket, I have the following: a set of tire levers with some zip ties and cable ties, some wooden sporks for my ready meals, a couple of band-aids over there, some emergency cash and another variant for the tire patching, apparently a quicker solution. Also for redundancy's sake, and again it's a small and easy to carry container. That's a plastic bag and some surgical gloves. As for the trunk, I have these protein shakes for shorter trips, some random bags whenever I want to sit and it's wet, and some napkins. This bag came with a rain cover, which again is very handy, and from a distance it looks like I'm carrying a minion. As for illumination, I have a softened flashlight, but I forgot to put it on the bracket here to show you. Luckily at the back, these cat eyes, they clear the rack regarding line of sight. And finally that's my bike lock. Of course another bag for good measure. As for the second part of the video, here are the specific tools that I highly recommend if you plan to work on your bike. I found that they all fit nicely in this brake box from Shimano. First off, a chain wear tool from KMC with multiple wear points. This is a chain whip that locks the cassette in place when you want to remove it from the hub. A multi-size spanner for bottom brackets. My XTR model uses smaller cups, so I have to use this black adapter. A chain breaker and a good backup to the one from my M19 multi-tool. Now this is a chain quick link pliers. There are tricks to access a single-use quick link without tools, but I found these to be the easiest and fastest way. A bunch of surgical gloves again, a tube of anti-seize grease which is recommended if you plan to keep your bike for a longer time and want to have access again to that area. Now this is a chain ring bolt tool, another specific bike tool that makes your life easier if you don't have a wide enough flathead screwdriver. Some fluorinated grease, a pack of Shimano hydraulic mineral oil and some alcohol to clean the discs or pistons, for example. A tin of all-purpose grease. Now this is a crank removal tool. This is for the older style of square tapered integrated bottom brackets, since mine uses the Halotech system, but from what I understand the new Shimano Qs lineup, some of them will require one of these. So yeah, handy to have. A small container with some bolts and bits that I have saved along the way. This is a cassette tool which also can be used for the center lock Shimano brake discs, to which I have attached a 1/2 inch to 3/8 adapter so I can use my ratchet. I like to keep the lock rings from older cassettes as a backup. The bigger one was from my old 9-speed setup. These are spare parts for my clutch from the rear derailleur. A preload tool for the crankset, specific again for the Shimano Halotech, and some spoke tools. These and those patches are from a generic bike kit, but I kept them anyway. And finally, here are the liquids and lubes. A generic bike cleaner shampoo, a car brake cleaner, but I use it more on the bike. I use the WD stuff since they are on offer on Amazon, so they do the job nicely whenever I clean the chain and have to relube it. Medium blue thread locker, since for example I had so many instances that my bottle cage's bolts got loose, so this will keep it shut. And the generic WD-40. So that does it for now. Thank you again for watching another ecosystem of mine, and let me know if you cycle, what is your main bike. See you in the next one.